Testing, 1, 2, 3, take 2, clean wave, green wave, pristine wave. Woo, this is it. Oh, whack it. Ah, whack it again. Ah, the sun in my eyes again. All right, how's it guys? Today we're gonna learn how to catch some clean. Today we're gonna learn how to catch some clean green waves. All right. Okay, so to get it started, we're going to take a little deep dive into what our wave needs to look like, the different sections of the wave when it's pulling in. So firstly, you'll get your bump of the wave, which is the first time that the wave starts to build up and protrude out of the water. This is the first section of the wave. You can see this coming from quite far away. So secondly to that, we have when our wave starts to stick a bit more out of the water. This is round about the time where you're going to look to paddle for your wave a little bit, possibly setting up your position. That's our second section of the wave. At this point in time, we can start to identify where our peak is on the wave. Once your wave starts really sticking out and start picking up and peaking a little bit, you'll start to be able to determine roughly at what point the wave is going to break. Our wave starts to curl over and it breaks. It turns into white water. So we're going to break it down into two little bits. You get your linear plane, which we're going to be covering first, and then your horizontal plane. Your linear plane is in terms of determining at what depth your wave is going to break. This is the most important, and this is level 1. Once you can see a rolling wave and determine at what depth it's going to break. Level 2, our horizontal plane. So that'll be identifying the peak or the power point of the wave. And this is where we start to change our positioning left to right according to where the swell is picking up, and not just being lazy and sitting and wait for it to come in our line. So your horizontal plane, identifying your peak, paddling towards the point of power, waiting for that swell to come in, and then going back to level 1. One thing that I have to mention is that studying, reading, learning waves, how they break, how they form, how they roll, it does take time. What? Really? You need to spend time in the water, in all different types of conditions, swell sizes, wind directions, all of the above. It does take time.
Oh no.
It's caught me foot. It's caught me foot. So when your wave's coming in, it can be a left wave, can be a right running wave, and it can also be a closeout. A wave that has no running side. Being able to identify this, you can determine which way not only should you paddle when you want to catch a wave, but also what direction you're going to be riding your wave. An important factor when catching your waves is your positioning on the board. This is going to be diving a little bit further into your longboards, where your weight distribution can change according to your wave. Keep in mind, on a longer board, the more weight you have in the front of the board, the easier it is to catch the wave. But also, the closer you are to the nose, the more common it is to nosedive. When going for an earlier wave, I find it better to be further forward on your board to make it easier to catch. Whereas on your later takeoffs, if you are too far forward with a wave that's picking up quite quickly, you are very likely to nosedive. So this plays a factor when catching your waves. Steeper waves, be further back because you'll need to pivot or turn away from the wave before it breaks. In your earlier entries, you can push that limit on getting as close to possible as to nosediving without nosediving. Two little things to mention about head positioning. One is keeping your eyes on your waves at all time. Once you've chosen your wave, you've selected it, you're starting to paddle for it, it's very important to make use of looking over your head to see what your wave is doing. If you've chosen your wave and you locked and loaded and you just fully commit, you don't know what's going on behind you, you could be paddling into a wave breaking on you, the wave could have faded out, there could be a shark. What? Really? You want to keep your eyes behind you to know what's happening. Also, head positioning, it does play a factor on your weight distribution. If you're paddling for your wave with your chest up nice and high, as you should, if you drop your chest and head closer to your board, it's going to draw more of your weight closer to the nose, giving you more speed to catch your wave. Another little tip and trick is to do with the legs. Our calves and feet, also having weight, is what's placed on the tail of our board. So when paddling for our wave, it's just another little technique we can add while paddling for our wave to change our weight distribution. If while paddling for your wave, you bend your legs up on a longer board. It's taking your weight from the tail, which is acting as an anchor, and putting it more towards the center of your board, making it a bit easier to catch a wave. Okay, so wrapping it all up, a bit of what we've covered today is how to read and catch our clean wave. Hopefully you've gained a better understanding of when to paddle, where to sit, how to lie on your board, and the little adjustments to make around that. Hopefully by now you've caught your first green wave. So once again guys, if you enjoyed the video and you feel like you've learned something, please feel free to leave a like on this video. Also, there's much more coming. Okay, so stay tuned. If you want to see more, hit that little subscribe button. Yeah, I'm gonna get out there.
Okay. What's next, big boss?
The bump. Should we roll with it to see what the audio does? Yeah.
What is
That's
that?
the purge theme, bro. That's
Oh.
okay.
No.
Just check what that sounds like quick. Okay. So first up, guys. First you get your bump. Yeah.
You got a bump?
Okay.
What does a bump look like?
So first, you guys, the sun in my eyes again. Bucket hat or no bucket hat? To bucket hat or not to bucket hat? Ah, the foiler. We're gonna have some troubles, me and you.